Let's start with the rain. Again, a general 1 to 2 inches. The higher end of that range could be here right over Rhode Island. That will certainly put some more strain on the rivers, but fortunately it's a 1 to 2 inch event this time, not a 3 to 5 inch time. We don't have that big snowpack all melting along with it. So we're only looking at a small rise in the rivers over the weekend. No major flooding is expected, but still, clearly we're still having some problems out there with those rivers staying in a spot where they've overflowed their banks. The greatest issues, though, are going to be at the coast tomorrow. We do have the coastal flood alerts up out there right now, 1 to 2 feet above high tide. And again, those high tides are going to be between 8 and 9 in the morning. We're also dealing with slightly higher wind gusts. But again, on the whole, it's lesser wind. It's a slightly weaker storm than what we had earlier this week. So just think about the worst that we dealt with this week. Probably dial back a little bit for that. And again, fortunately, it's coming through during the overnight, so we're not going to be, seeing this hindering our day-to-day functions tomorrow as we clear things out midday, but it's turning much, much colder after that. And that is important because we're watching a couple of storm systems, mainly the one on Tuesday that could produce potentially another shovelable snow if things break correctly. We're also looking at a couple of rain and snow bursts on Sunday as an Arctic front comes through. So the winds are east tonight. They're going to start to pick up after midnight as the rain arrives, and then they're going to begin to swing to the south. Watch those arrows start to come out of the southeast. Eventually they'll come out of the south as we head into tomorrow morning, and then they quickly shift to the west. The torrential rain, again, between 2 and 5, most of that 1 to 2 will fall during that time frame. We have the coastal flooding during the high tides, 8 to 9 o'clock. It will really be dependent on exactly where the wind is blowing at that point. If it's still coming out of the south, I would expect a little bit extra in the terms of backwash and some of the low-lying roadways over there, and maybe some water in your basement if you do have one down here in South County. But fortunately, the winds will not be as gusty as the storm pulls away, but still, again, very breezy. 22, maybe 30 mile per hour wind gusts throughout the course of the day. Clouds giving way to some sunshine, clear skies overnight. Sunday's mostly fine as well, but it remains breezy, and we do have a little front that comes through. Rain and snow showers possible in the afternoon, but not accumulating to anything. That will usher in round one of the cold that we'll get in the form of 30s and 40s on Saturday. Then Sunday night into Monday, you start to get a taste of this, what's going on across the upper plains right now. It is 5 degrees in Lincoln, Nebraska, 14 in Minneapolis, 8 below in Bismarck, and 17 below in Billings, Montana. Yikes, just frigid. And that's not even taking into account the wind chills. Now, all that frigid air is going to start to spill down into the United States. Doesn't get as cold here in the East Coast, but certainly much colder than it has been really over the last week or so. Look at that. We're down into the 30s. Yeah, that's not that bad. Wind chills Monday morning for MLK Day will be significantly colder. And we are watching for, since we have all that cold air in place, our next storm to develop. That's likely to happen Monday into Tuesday. And we will see what exactly track that storm takes. Does it go inside the benchmark, which could mean some mixing? Does it go outside the benchmark, which could mean all snow for the entire area? And what degree of snow, how heavy that snow is, remains to be seen. And much colder weather continues after that.